And I have a lot of discussions around this point, but I always tell my clients, whenever there's something you invest in, you should also sell it. You should bring it to the market. And I know that even when you started with your strategy, or even companies who have a well implemented strategy, their leaders are still like, I don't know if I can sell it, if I can talk about it. Maybe then we just make people interested in our company and maybe not the ones that should be interested. But I can tell you, whenever you go to a client and you tell them, we are on the way to a higher cybersecurity level, we are about to get certified this year, next year, whatever, they will come back with questions. They will really like it and they will celebrate you for that because it's additional work, and they will come back with, oh, can you share some insights? Oh, can you offer us a new product, a new service maybe? And I have a lot of clients who do upsells. They had like the normal hosting offer and now they have the premium hosting offer for those who want a higher cybersecurity level and some more redundancies. So go out in the world. Maybe in the first months when you're still working on hardening and quick fixes, don't post it online. But when you go to a business networking meeting, talk about your cybersecurity strategy. Tell everybody that you are on the way and you are building trust this way, and you are getting the questions, you're taking the questions, and you're going into this business exchange with your stakeholders, with your peers, with your new clients. And I know that selling is also a complicated topic sometimes, so I put some upsell ideas below this video for you. A lot of business leaders make very bad budget decisions when it's about cybersecurity. Here's what's happening all the time and how you can be smarter. For many business leaders, their cybersecurity journey starts actually with fear and avoidance. They know something might happen to their company, but they also put it so deep down on a to-do list that this project will never happen. And then there's the point where actually a fraud attempt was successful, or the company has been part of a hacking attack and that was successful and very expensive, or a client comes around the corner and says, guys, we're working together for maybe 10, 15 years, but now I need you to upgrade on cybersecurity on another level. And that's the point where panic kicks in. And when panic kicks in, those leaders are very, very likely to completely overspend on cybersecurity because they didn't do an assessment in the beginning. There was no time for it anymore. They didn't ask the right questions because they had no time to upgrade their knowledge level as well. So they can't even ask their service providers or software companies they're working together with, like, what level are you at? Can you help us with our cybersecurity strategy? But they just spend on whatever might help. If it's consultants, if it's new software, if it's the IT service provider that's actually totally too much for this small or medium company. So we're losing a lot of money in the game. And then there's the point where they see, oh, that was too much, and actually we can't even integrate all these external helpers in our own work processes, so we have to cut the budget again. So what they do is, from avoiding the topic to panicking, overspending, cutting back, it takes them years to come back to a strategic approach, the right budget, the right people, the right partners they want to work with. And this can be very, very harmful, especially if your cybersecurity journey and the point where you actually invest and work on the topic was a hacker attack and it was successful, and you're also discussing with your cyber insurance if they pay or if they don't pay, but also might take years. So what you want to do is you want to have your assessment and you want to have your strategy first, and then find the right partners so that you can also set the right budget that fits for your company, for your industry, for your growth goals, and not anything that's either avoiding or overspending, because these are the points where you lose money one way or the other. The best way to make cybersecurity not just another budget on your list, but to make it a business enabler, is when you build along your strategy. So business strategy, knowing where you are and where you want to go with your business, is, for me as an entrepreneur, the most important. And then everything else aligns with this business strategy. And in cybersecurity, it's also very important that you understand your business model. Like, are you maybe a local small business with 10 people and you will never be more than 10 people, and there's nothing scalable with your business model? Then of course your strategy looks totally different. Also your budget looks totally different than, let's say, you're building a tech company and today we're 10, tomorrow we're 20, in a year we are 120 employees and we want to grow globally. So that's a different thing, that's a different game you're in. And understanding your game today, tomorrow, and what happens in a year or two, that's so important because you can build your cybersecurity strategy as a business enabler, as a trust factor with local or global clients along your strategy. You can align everything. It falls together and it supports each other way of growing. This is how it makes sense, and now it's also much more fun than just having another side project in a busy time. I always say investing in a cybersecurity strategy and then not getting it certified is like studying for 20 years, never writing a test. Because so many business owners think that this additional certification is just additional budget you spend. But you have so many synergy effects over the long term when you do this last little step to prove that your cybersecurity strategy works, and also to make it visible, to make it a communication process with your stakeholders, with your business partners, with your potential new clients. Because you will work on your cybersecurity strategy. At a certain point, you will either talk about it as part of your marketing to build additional trust, or you will have business partners, new clients, maybe also regulators asking you about your strategy. And if you don't have a certificate, if you don't show that you follow a framework and that you know how to do it, that you've documented everything, and that you're able to get this certificate every single year from now, you have to answer the specific questions of your stakeholders, your business partners, and your clients every single time manually. And this is not a made-up story. This is what happens in many companies still. Like every time there's a little request on, hey, what's your cybersecurity strategy? You say, for example, oh, we follow cyber trust standards, we follow ISO standards, we follow SOC 2 standards. And it's like, okay, cool, please send me your latest certificate. And then you check and you check the date and you check if it's from this year, from last year. And if you don't have this certificate, you can never prove easily that you follow these guidelines, that you follow these frameworks. But you will have to answer so many little questions again and again and again and again, invest additional time, additional money. And trust me, for most teams who have to do this, it's so annoying. Like they hate it when they get another cybersecurity compliance request. And this is what we avoid, because we're taking the test, we're organizing internal assessments, the internal audit, the review with the management, the external audit. And in this case, we have our strategy right. We have the feedback from also external partners. I like to ask other cybersecurity experts for feedback during internal audits as well. And then we know we are on the right path. And we're going into this external audit, we get our certificate annually, and we can show it every single time when there's a request. And what I also like to do is to offer additional calls, Q&As, and ask for like additional questions also around your product or services maybe, so you can proactively not just show your certificate, but also talk about it, talk about your strategy, talk about your documented, nice, really, really well working processes. And in this case, really make cybersecurity a business enabler. So take the test, don't skip certification processes.